Hello, hello world. What is up? How are you doing? What's up? What's up? So, today we are playing this Stanley Parable. I don't know what that stands for. All-time classic game. Uh, at this point, how old is this game now? 20 years? I'm not sure. At least 10 years. So let's see how my experience with this game is. I have seen a couple of videos, but it's been ages, so I probably don't remember anything. Looking forward to this small journey. Let's see how this goes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Say
Employee number
Squidward, not
427's
Squidward.
job was
Squid Game.
simple. He sat at his desk in
427,
room
right?
427 and he
456
pushed
was the number.
buttons on a keyboard. Orders
Is
came
this
to
like
him
Squid
through a
Game?
monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And
Good for
Stanley
him.
was happy.
That's good. If you're happy with the job,
And then one day,
that's
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I mean, you need to poop and piss, right? Oh, the FOV is a little bit high. Whoa, that's very high. Let me change that a little bit. This, let's see. Okay, I guess this is a little bit better, right? Hello. Hello, my colleagues. Oh, still feels a little bit fish islands.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What time is it? I cannot read the time. It's 12. What the? Wait, what up? Wait, the short pointer is for the hours, right? And the long is for the minutes. So it's 12:20, right? Yeah, so it's lunch break.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? Well, it's always the one who asked the question, so it was you. Number 433. Number one dad. Very good. I hope you are now with, not now, but later with your family. Or with your child at least. To keep the title, right? So, okay, all the, you cannot see anything looking outside. Okay, so I don't know my location. That is not suspicious at all. All right, where's the meeting room? I don't know. I just go through any open door and then it will lead me to the meeting room, I guess. So pressing A is interacting, right? Using. Let's just go. Let's just go. I hate Mondays. Well, today I record on a Thursday, so yes, I cannot be the same. All right, all right. Oh, now begins the choices. Do I go left or do I go right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Really? So, well, Stanley is a guy who follows whatever he's been told, right? So, goes to the left. Not kidding. Let's go to the left. Let's do whatever the game tells me to do. Because that's Stanley, right? Stanley do whatever he's been told to. Alright? And this game is not trying to do anything stupid, right? It's not trying to kill me, right? You're not trying to kill me. It's just a regular day at the office. Nothing can happen in the office, right?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling
Tips
a
for not
wave
getting
of
fucked.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Should I read what's going on here? So no shadow. Where's my silhouette? I don't have a body or what? Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Where's this? Okay, let's go to the boss. Let's see what's going on. Broom closet. Oh, a room extra just for brooms? I mean, it looks clean here anyway, so no need for brooms.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, I have no choice. The game tells me to go upstairs. Go upstairs, right? Because down there's a red light, and red means danger, right? Up there is... what color is up there? And there's no red light, so we follow where is no red lights, right? Okay, so far so good. Well, it's not red light, but red walls, so I guess I'm maybe a little bit of a danger. Who knows? Let's see. Hello. Janet? Where's Janet? I mean, 422. I just give you a number. 422. Hello. I like an appointment with number 1, because 1 is the boss, right? Or 0. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So at this moment, I'm assuming I'm Stanley, so I'm not thinking like, what's going on?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
That this is like some orchestrated mystery. It's just
2845.
It's just people are not at work today. That can happen, right? I mean, I'm sitting at my desk anyway for the whole day, so I'm not surprised if I don't have any human interactions. So
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
Oh,
Stanley got
so
the hell on with
convenient.
the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
well, I guess the first time Stanley didn't do what he was told, and the game moved on by its own, on its own. So what happens if I don't move at all? What happens? I don't know. Maybe in the next sequence when I have to go through a door or a staircase, maybe I try to stand there still for a moment. I don't know what people have tried over the years. I have not seen any of that kind of videos, like all the possible deaths or choices you can make to break the game. In quotes, break.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Really,
why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Wonders
this
what an elevator
question
can
would
do.
not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, when you go for a walk, breathe a little bit of air, yeah, wonders can happen, right? Whoops. Can I go up? Oh shit, I can. Oh my god. What?
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Well, because sometimes the game doesn't let you go back, so I was testing it out. And I thought because of the sparkles, the elevator is broken, but it's not broken. Okay, let's go back. Let's see what happens.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Yes.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Really?
What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
If you keep up that attitude, I do that again. No narrative. You want me to do that again? I can go down and go up, back up again. I can do that. I can do that all day. You want me to do that again? You want to mess with me? The main protagonist? I have plot armor. You cannot do shit. Okay, let's go down. Let's see what he says.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know. I guess there's just only one way to move forward. It's to go straight. Well.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Well, let's move on. Let's move along.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Okay, I go straight ahead and don't read what says here. Oh, I can go back up again. What is this? If light is on, call exit. If light is on, call exit 914 immediately. Which light? The red light? If light is on, call external. Okay. Escape. Well, let's try out. What's happening here? Surely nothing.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, then let's go near to the end, but not completely to the end, right? So I don't die. Okay.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I mean, why would it shut? I'm the only one here, right? It's a long ass hallway, what the hell? This hallway
At
is...
this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well... the lights kind of change a little bit right here. Well, at this point, we gotta see what happens if we defy the commands. Huh? Hello? Okay, it's getting dark. There's no lights. Now there is a light. Viewer, what should I do? Should I go straight to my death? Should I call the bluff? Is that a bluff or no? Viewer, you probably know more than I do. I have no idea. It's my first time playing. I have not seen any video. Well, maybe. Should I die or no? Is this a bluff? Let's see. Can still continue. Can still live. Or I can end everything and just die. Let's see. Let's see. I'm moving forward. What is it? It's like, looks like I'm falling down, right? It's like a vent. Yeah, it looks like a vent, huh? Okay. Oh yeah, looks like a, yeah, free fall to the bottomless. So is that it? I just fall? I like how I can walk around the edges. Well, let's see. YOLO! Then it's never the end. Whee! Wow! My knees... What the hell?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Okay, it was a nice game. Bye. Bye, world. Bye.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a
Oh,
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing
well,
him instantly.
really? Oh, psych. Morpheus. Female Morpheus. She came through. As you can see, the red light, you know, it's the red pill from the Matrix, and now I'm going to the, well, it's not blue light, but you know, the blue pill. So I made it, huh? I made it out of the Matrix. Let's see.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
So what? To quit the game? Start a new game or what? So I'm still in the Matrix? Is that not new Morpheus? I thought it was new Morpheus, female Morpheus. Oops. Interesting. So I don't have to enter there? Can just go past here? Where if I go here? Oh, nothing. Okay, I go into the White House, meet Donald Trump.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Damn, that's deep. So my life has been decided since I accepted this job. Life and death has no meaning. Dun dun dun. Stanley. What is my number again? 433? Is this my office? Ah, it's my office, right? Yeah, this is my office. I went through here, and there, then there, here. Here was the table of who farted. This is the table of number one dad. And I went through here, there, and then went through here. And this is the door, right? Where I left. I went to the left. The two doors. The very first con the rest of the game images. Interesting. Filing cabinets. It's the same one like in the Matrix. It's my table. Is this my table? There's no number, so it's not my table. The office. Or do I meet Dwight? And you know the other guys from the office? What's here? There's computers, solitary, credits. So where do I go now? Narrator, hello. Decide for me. Buttons. Well, well, well. Boss's office. Ah. So which ending do I got? Interesting. So where do I go now? God damn, so many choices suddenly. Well, I would say let's explore the ground floor first, huh? Copy machine. So let's take a few seconds to look who worked on this incredible game. Alright. Shade Sweeney? Are you related with Sydney Sweeney? Aha. Alright, let's see.
Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? Then he pushed the number 4. Stanley
Damn, all the narrator dialogues I have missed. It's over, guys. Was a good
When
run.
Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice. This elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story.
Spoiler. So something a power source? What else? Freedom ending. Interesting. So is this like the outtakes, behind the scenes stuff before I finish the game, or what? I guess so. It's like all the concept arts. Okay, this is getting more elaborate now. Okay. Exit. So we start. Yeah, here's where's the copy machine, right? Yeah. So there was also a level like this in Tron. Oh my god, I feel like this is all spoilers. Holy shit. Spoilers. Oh, spoilers. But now I'm here, I cannot unsee it. Capybaras. Well, well, well. Well, let's continue with the game. Not delay any more. Let's just go right to the next and replay. Start from 0. Begin my new life. Oh my, what life?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Both? It's just me. Or you mean the narrator? Is there someone else here? On or off?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Help me, Morpheus.
Do choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Damn. This time for So am I mush or no? Then it's never the end. It's never the end. Well. So I guess like Dark Souls, I restart again at the bonfire. I hate Mondays. What? So I'm still Stanley? So who am I? What happened? Narrator. Hello, explain to me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just go to the meeting room. Like last time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Like last
This
time.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure. Let me get a coffee. Coffee.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
You nailed it, narrator. No irony, no sarcasm. I could feel your emotions.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Worth it. Absolutely.
At this
Keep
point,
talking.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Because of me? Because I'm weird? I'm not weird. What the hell? What an accusation.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What message? Let's read. I cannot see. It's really nice here, huh? Wow, so blue, everything's blue here. Wow. It's fantastic. Hey, I exited. Narrator. I
But
exited.
at last,
Ooh,
he had
no.
enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Well. So this is the logistics area.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, because I was doing my job correctly until today. So you cannot. Yeah. There's no boss, no co-workers, so nobody can report me. I'm free to do whatever I want. So what are we selling actually? What is this product? What are we selling? What are we selling? What are we buying? Stranger. Yeah. No, I need a key card. Well, let's see what happens.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What? Who's that? I thought it was about
This
me.
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
You confuse me. Who's that? I thought it was about me. I thought there's nobody else. Now there's a random her. Who's that? My sister, my ex, my daughter, my neighbor. Well, hello. What the hell? How can I trust you, narrator, when I have to go through a dark hallway like this? What the fuck?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
A lot of smoking here. Wait, who is this her? I have no idea. Bro, you need to tell me more. What the hell? I guess I have no choice. Hello? Her? Oh no.
Stanley, is that you?
Hotel?
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
What the fuck?
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Wow. So now I definitely trust you. Now you have my full trust, narrator. First you lied to me, and now this? Now you trap me? Okay. Okay, I guess you beleidigt the Leberwurst, huh? Because I don't follow your orders, huh? That's how you do it? Okay, then watch me not do what you tell me. I will not go inside. Nope. Nope. Huh? Can stay here forever. You say I'm in your story? You are in my story. Because you need me to progress. If I don't progress, your story doesn't continue, so who's laughing now? Huh. Whoops. Whoops. Huh. Whoopsie daisy. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. So now what? I'm inside. Come on. What you got?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Well, you want me to continue your story, so make me do it. Make me press the B button. You can't. You cannot do it. You're not Psycho Mantis. You cannot. You're hopelessly helpless. Okay, I'll press it.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Well, you don't know what I dream about, what I fantasize about. But let's get along with it.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
Spoilers.
And he called it
What the fuck?
the Stanley Parable.
I wasn't going that far yet. To tell your kids a story. I have kids? The hell?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
But I have no wife. At least that's my trusting friend says, the narrator.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Well, I'm confused. So he's trying to help me or what? Because he's saying he's trying to help me, but then he's saying earlier that I'm in his story now. So if I press the button, then I continue to be in his story. If I press the button, then I am in my story.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Wait, so he was saying that I'm at the job, and then I'm trying, and I'm fantasizing about this whole thing here, that nobody's in the office. So it's all in my mind. But what is the reality then? What is he trying to say me? So he's saying it's all in my mind. But what is he trying to tell me? What is his truth? And what was Morpheus saying? The female voice, Morpheus. But if I remain here in this limbo, now I'm not at the job, not at home. Where am I now? Well, nothing happens, so I have to press something. Interact with something else? Can.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's get...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Let's get to the point where I was last time, the mind control.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office,
2845?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Nice.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So here we are again. After what, 40 minutes? Whoa. Okay, let's see. So he says when I follow orders, it's like, you know, I'm just a mindless being. Because that's all I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. So I have to follow the order, right? Because if I don't do it, then he's like, why am I not doing it? But when I do it, then he's like, look, that's all you do. You have nothing going on in your life. So either way, I'm like, he's contradicting himself, the narrator. You know what I mean, if you can follow what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's press another button that I'm so good at.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Let's get to the point where he mentioned like some underground thing, then yellow lines or yellow pipes, and then me playing with a baby. What the fuck? And then Stanley Parable.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
It's exactly like the Matrix, what the fuck? There was also a scene with monitors. Not like this room, but similar.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There's my number, 427. Yep, that's me, that's my desk. Huh.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But it's offline already, so... maybe the narrator is trying to get me to the end game. Let's say freeing me by telling me what to do because I'm good at following orders. Even though he don't wants me to follow orders. But that's the only thing that I can do. So that's the only thing that he can do in order for me to get to the end. Right? I guess. But then, what was Morpheus saying? I forgot already.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
This door is that... I was saying, is that like a screen? Big screen? Could be a big screen, right? No. So this is like Truman Show, huh? This moment. Maybe. Did these two movies come out in a similar time? Truman Show and Matrix? Who knows? Well, let's see what happens. When I exit that globe that was built for me, for Stanley Truman. real. Wild.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Psych. It's not over yet. Or is it? Of course. Well, well, well. I guess we try it out another day, right? Seems like this game is way, way, way more deeper than I had imagined. But of course, it cannot be that simple. But I'm interested. I'm impressed how complex it is. How complex this game can be. And probably just scratched the surface, right? Probably just discovered 10%, 15% of the game. Who knows? Who knows? Well, we continue this journey another day. Thanks for watching until this far. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know a little bit of your experience from your playthrough, but don't spoil too much. And yeah, see you guys next time. Have a good day, good evening, good weekend. Happy birthday, and bye. Tschüss, tschüss. Ciao, colegas.